Hello everyone. Today is Saturday, June 7th, and I just thought I'd give everybody an update on the layout. It's been a few weeks, and we have been doing certain different things to it. I thought I'd give you a rundown on where we stand. You see, I actually got a train riding around here right now. Normally you never see that because we're always working on it. But this time here we actually have something working. Alrighty. Our last update, you probably saw that we were working on a quarry. Anyway, there's our quarry. It is actually complete. And Jim did a great job on this thing here. As you can see down below, there's the road. And the road goes out through that tunnel. And the tunnel actually comes out in a different area, which I'll show you here in a minute. But you got your rock piles over here. It's hard to see it right at that angle. And the same goes for that side. This is just, most of these buildings you see are just sitting there. They're not meant to be in those locations. I thought I'd make it look a little better. But this is going to be a quarry. You know, the rock in the plant, we're going to have something right in here. And if we go around the quarry, onto this side, see we have the rock and all that. And this is actually where our trucks will be coming out. There'll be a road here. And there'll be another piece of equipment in this area next to our track. So anyway, also did some decorations on, Mountain View on the post there. Now the other thing here, we worked on this road. Eventually, someday, this is going to be a very, very small town here that people work. That probably work in the small community. And we colored this a little bit. I'm not sure it's going to come up on very well on the video here, but it's more of a grayish color, and we're not done with this yet. We're going to put some various tones in it. You'll see some cracks from the street, on your pavement. It's hard to see, but we were looking at some of them right in this area. And anyway, we're going to be working on that. And of course, I got a passenger train hooked up here. Anyway, there'll be small town, buildings in this area. And still, our park is still in here. We're going to have somewhat of a walkway to get over to the park. There'll be some type of playground equipment. And again, this will eventually be water. That's a little bit of a river. The river will run on up here. And then down in this area here. Little beach. You'll see eventually people there. And then on across there. Okay? Now, walking over here. By the way, our door to get from here over to there is in good shape. Bob and Walt is working on that. And eventually what happened will be pulling this thing up here and it'll connect into this area here. A little tight right there. But, and then it'll connect. And that way there we can run straight on across. We have safeguards in there. It's just like I'm running a train right now, and if I was to do a switch and put the train over here, and that train's coming around through here, we have insulators in here that will stop the train if the gate is down. If the gate is up, there'll be no problem. It'll stop the train before it actually falls off the edge. And the same goes for this side too. We added a huge parking lot in this area here. There's going to be, that's not it, but there'll be a building in here. There'll be a factory. And we added this road that actually is going to be like a truck road going down through, if you can see in this area, go across those two bridges, all the way to the mountain there. This is actually a road, and we're going to come across here, and across our tracks and into a parking lot. There'll be various types of trucks and that sort of thing in this area here. walking down through here, we're going to add, I wanted to make it more rugged looking because this is supposed to be southwest, sort of like a desert area. This is what these location is. We got our mountains, and we got mountains over here, but I wanted to make it a little more rough here. And Jim's starting to, we're putting some foam down, and we're going to start carving out something similar to what we did over here. And so we're going to have kind of roughness in this area here. It'll kind of squeak through here, and then in this area here is going to be somewhat of a large kind of mountainous area where our tracks will be going like in a canyon like that back in there. Train will be coming through here, and there'll be mountainous area right in this area here. Here's the engine. Goes. Walter's been working really hard on the switches. All our lights are working now. Zero in a little bit. This is actually, you can't tell in here, but that's like a green, it's a red. And all our switches on the main lines and in this area here is all done by the controller. And which is really nice. Really nice. So anyway, we did a lot of balancing. And we did a lot of landscaping, just covering the fiberboard, or not the fiberboard, the yeah, right here. And anyway, we got it looking pretty good along this route here. Been working on this little guy right here, stretching out into the. Stretching out an area where this is going to be like parking. There's going to be a road coming out here, and the road will come back over in this area here, and there'll be some other buildings along the way. But right now, we're just kind of, I scraped it out a little bit, going to, that's where our footprint is, and that's where our cars and things, it's like an office type of building. Bob Walden's been working very hard on this turntable. We've been having one heck of a time with this. As you notice, we tore up all the landscaping, here, and because we had all of this track on the road bed, and we decided to take it off the road bed. It really shouldn't be on the road bed here, and this way here we're lining up our track. So when we push a button, it will control the turntable, and when it hits a certain area, then it'll automatically stop. The trouble is trying to get that thing lined up perfect for each one of those tracks. A lot of hours has been spent on this little guy right here, but I'm sure they're going to get it, and they're going to conquer it. Let me go down and show you what's underneath this thing, what they're dealing with here. This is the bottom of the turntable that you see up there. And each one of these guys are switches. There's like a switch, and then when it hits a certain point, and we control it by that box right now. We're using that box. We flip it like the number 3. That means track 3 up there, and this thing will spin. And once that switch hits, it's going to turn it off. So we're in the process of trying to make that line up and make that perfect, and that's a tough job. That's a tough job. And believe it or not, Bob made this thing totally from scratch. We had a lot of people, I received a lot of emails and requests on how that was done. And Bob did a good job of explaining to everybody how he created this thing. And there were a lot of hits on the website on YouTube dealing with just this thing here. In fact, that's the hottest hit yet. Anyway, we have our yard. This again will be our yard. And this is the only place where we actually put in a couple of manual switches. Here's one right here. And we have one right in this area right there. So we can actually just flip the switch. Just so happened our auto switches, it just wasn't, for some reason it wasn't tightening up, and actually it's not going to be used as much as these main lines, so I decided to go ahead and let's just go ahead and put a manual switch in there. We still have a turntable over in this area here, so when trains come in the yard, you know, we can, Jim built this turntable here. It's a manual one, and we can turn engines around. As you can see, it's manual. I can turn it like this. Of course, this is the controller we're using. So that's pretty much where we stand right now. And it looks like I might have lost a car somewhere along the line, and I think I just picked it up someplace. Now it happened to be in front instead of behind. So anyway, at least it didn't jump the track anywhere. That's a good thing. So the switches and everything are laid really well, and I think things are looking good. I hope you enjoyed this, and stay with us as we continue. As you know, Tuesday we get together, and you're going to probably start seeing changes, and these eventually, these right here, will eventually turn into something that looks like that. Kind of neat. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and if anybody has any suggestions, any ideas, by the way, these rocks are just sitting here, they're not going to stay there. So if anybody has any suggestions, ideas, or what we can do with this layout, we've got open ears here. And thanks a lot, man. Bye.